Hey everybody, Freddie Lee Jones III here with another exciting episode of Movies on the Run. Here we rate films by running distances. Those of you all that know, I am an avid runner when I can get out there, which kind of didn't make sense of what I just said. I run when I can, I should say that. But I do love running and whatnot, so that's why I decided to combine my second love, running, with my first love of film watching, and come up with something unique. And that's why we got Movies on the Run. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about one of the highest grossing some of Blockbuster's movies that came out this year. Mission Impossible Fallout. Whoo! Man, how good was this movie? I'm not going to lie. I did not see Rogue Nation. For some reason, it didn't capture my interest, but I don't know if I was like Mission Impossible, fatigue or whatnot. Because, I've seen every one in the theater except for Rogue Nation. And, actually, yeah, I think that was the only one I have not seen. So, Mission Impossible stars, as we all know, the cruise missile himself, Tom Cruise, and Henry Cavill and his infamous mustache. So, let me see who else. Oh, so obviously Simon Pegg. Cannot forget Ving Rhames and Alec Baldwin and the always phenomenal Angela Bassett. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about... Actually, you know what? I'm going to talk about a con first. What did I not like about Mission Impossible Fallout? The only con I can honestly think of, it was just a little bit too long, like maybe 5 to 10 minutes too long. But with that being said, I was also tired when I went to go see the film yesterday. I think I went to the 11:30 show out at Edwards Theaters in Fairfield. And I didn't get to bed the night before until a little bit after midnight. So that might have played a part and whatnot. So I may revisit this once it come out on DVD, or hell, I may just go see it again at the theater. That's how good it was. So that being said, like, that's the only thing that I can honestly say that I did not like about this film, was that it was like 5 to 10 minutes a bit too long. Now, let us get with what I loved, not liked, what I loved about this film. Okay, people can say, well, it's a typical old spy movie. He has to get this to prevent that. Yes, it is the same old Mission Impossible from one all the way up to this one. He has to get this in order to do that, to keep it from this person, to save the world. Basically, you're watching like a 2.5 hour episode of a TV show. That's it. That's it. I mean, boils down to that. But with that being said, action sequences. Oh my God, action sequences and the locations. Which is funny because the Mission Impossible films, if I'm not mistaken, are produced by Paramount, which also has another good spy franchise, obviously the James Bond, which is also Paramount. But what I find so funny is that where you have James Bond and you have, Ethan Hunt from the Mission Impossibles, they're the same films. Obviously he has to do something to prevent this in order to save the world. But obviously because one's British, one is American, and they both go to exotic locations, and they both have beautiful cars in it. They both have the ladies in them. Some of the ladies can be villains. Some of the ladies can be, helpful, smart pieces to the puzzle that they need. And, obviously Mission Impossible is, nothing different. But with that being said, what I love more about Mission Impossible is the fact that they always kind of take it up a notch with every film. It's almost like Tom Cruise says, okay, I had to scale a building in Dubai. And, I'm not even 100% sure if it was in Dubai when he did it, the one with Paula Patton. He was like, what can I do to top that? Okay, the last film, I had to go on outside of a plane. What can I do? And it was like, anytime Tom Cruise had an action scene, he did some crazy stuff in these action sequences. The car chase scene with him in that little beat BMW, the little green one that you see in the preview, that was a phenomenal scene. The scene, obviously, that we all have seen was where he falls from the helicopter on top of the big bag, big bag cargo that they're carrying. I mean, that was crazy. And there were times where you're like in there and you're like this. You were zoomed in because you want to see what's going to happen next. Now, I knew he did suffer, a few broken bones. If I'm not mistaken, I think he had broke his arm when he was jumping from one building to the other. So he's tapping into his inner Jackie Chan, and I commend him for that. The story was really good. The fact that he messes up because he chose one life over a bunch of other lives. Again, this is, non-spoiler review. But I just love that how the whole mission is basically, not only do you have to, get the assets back, but you basically have to clean up your mess. And now you have a watchdog over your shoulder, which is something that they have yet to do in any of the Mission Impossible films. Whereas in kind of like the Bond films, there's always, like M is always like that watchdog over him. I mean, the watchdog that kind of sort of keeps Bond in check. Well, not the Daniel Craig Bond, because that dude like gets away with murder literally and then asks questions later. So, but back to Mission Impossible, man, I just thought it was like so amazing. And as a film student, like you're looking to see how shots are done and compressed and composed. The score, man, the score for for this one, and that's another thing I love about it that they also share with, the Bond films, was that the score changes, obviously, for every film, because every film is different, but eventually they're all telling the exact same story, but it's just like, what's the next mission? But man, like the score for this film, let me see who composed the score. I thought I knew the person's name, but oh my god, it was like it kept you engaged the entire time. And I mean, the budget. I mean, the budget of Mission Impossible Fallout was estimated $178 million. $178 million. And it's already, from what it looks like, it's already double that. So if that doesn't tell you how good this movie is, nothing will. And it's not just because it's fan service. I mean, he actually puts out, quality product. Like, I love that about, the Mission Impossible films. But like I said, Rogue Nation was that one. I know part of it was I didn't get a chance to see it because, every time I kept saying, I'm going to go see it. The theme, the Mission Impossible theme was written by Lalo Schifrin. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. But if you have not seen this movie, obviously this is going to get a high rating. I would definitely say it's the Crazy Ultra. So it's within my top 5. Yeah, I have to say that it's within my top 5 because it was great story. Even though you've seen it and heard it before, but now the added essence of it is how do you tell a story that people have seen throughout 5 or 6 other films? Well, 5 films. I'm sorry. What do you add different? And they do that by adding Henry Cavill's character. Now let's talk about Henry Cavill and his mustache. If Henry Cavill could have kept that mustache on and not have it digitally edited out in Justice League would have been that much more better. Just give him a full beard, long hair, put on the black suit. Who knows? Maybe that would have made the film a little bit better. But yeah, like Henry Cavill as that character of God, what was his name? I want to say Smith, and I know it wasn't Smith, but he basically is a hitman for the FBI, Agent Agent Walker. Man, this dude was phenomenal in this film, and I know I wanted to keep this short, sweet, and to the point, but Lord, that that movie was so good. I encourage any and everyone who has not seen it to go see it. All right, everybody. I gave my ratings. It is a 5 out of 5 for me. I'm Freddie Lee Jones III, Gritty Ones Productions. Thank you again for watching Movies on the Run, and I am out.